Josh here. Yeah. She's all smiles.
Took her a second to find us. She was looking for us.
You're the one that said
Right lights and they're off.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the D.A.R.E graduation of the Osakis 5th grade class. Today we will honor and celebrate each of these students' completion of the 12-week D.A.R.E program. I'd like to begin our ceremony with the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Sophia D., Dakota Passon, and Kylie Ruck. If you three could please come lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I'm Officer Otter, Preston Otter, with the Osakis Police Department, and I'm also Osakis' D.A.R.E officer. This is my first year as a D.A.R.E officer for Osakis Public Schools, and although it's my job to instruct classes, I feel like I have learned as much as they have on what it takes to be a D.A.R.E officer. The word D.A.R.E stands for Drug Abuse Resistance Education. It's an officer-led series of classroom lessons, teaches students how to resist drugs and live productive, violence-free lives. D.A.R.E program started in 1983 in Los Angeles, California, and is currently taught in over 53 countries worldwide. I have had the privilege of working with these students for the past 12 weeks on Wednesday and Thursday, due to our weather, mornings for about an hour per class. Our first day together was the busiest. Not only did the students meet me, but they were given books, name tags, and classroom rules, and my expectations were explained. I also explained the D.A.R.E box, this box here, and completed lesson 1. Each of my classes has a D.A.R.E box. The purpose of this box was to give the students an opportunity to put questions in during the week that they would like to have me answer. At the beginning of each class, I would read and answer these questions, and usually it turned into our discussions, us sharing stories together. So this could include questions in relation to D.A.R.E, my job as a police officer, etc. We all learned together from these questions. These students learned about tobacco, alcohol, risks and consequences, peer pressure, dealing with stress and confident communication, effective listening. Yes, parents, effective listening. Bullying and helping others. The focus of the program is to give our children the skills they need to avoid involvement in drugs and to make lifelong, safe, and responsible choices. As parents may have noticed on Facebook, we have a role model lesson where students had an opportunity to hear from our 2022 AAA award winners for the Osakis Public Schools. The purpose of this lesson was to ask questions to these recognized seniors about their experiences in school and how they applied what they learned in D.A.R.E to their lives. I'd like to thank and recognize our 2022 AAA award winners, Alexis Johansson and Carter Watness. Please give them a round of applause. And I made it very clear to students that with the AAA award winners, they take time out of their day, they have college classes and stuff, so for them to have an opportunity to come talk to our students is a big deal, so thank you. This program would not be not possible without the support of you, the families of these students, the school faculty, Superintendent Berquist, Principal Schmidt, the 5th grade teachers, Miss Adolfson, Miss Shear, and Miss Thornblum. Unfortunately, we don't have Miss Shear today, but we have Mr. Dykema, a past teacher that also had D.A.R.E in his class too, so thank you for attending. I thank you for all your commitment, flexibility, and support. It's very important as things come up, but you guys are very good with communicating with me every week. So, I'd also like to take this time to recognize our special guests to this event on my right. Keep losing my voice. Officer Ewell in the front. I have Officer Mike Allen. He's a part-time officer with our department. You might have seen him as you walked in. Osakis Mayor Dan Wessel. I have Osakis City, we also have present our Osakis City Council member Al Larson, who serves as a liaison for our police department. I have the Osakis Fire Chief Craig Dropick, Douglas County Sheriff Troy Robertson, Douglas County Deputy Bob Pepper. I also have Nate Larson and Tanner with Douglas County. Principal Shad Schmidt, and with the DNR we have Jeff Johansson. So thank you for attending. Mr. Schmidt would like to share a couple words with you guys today. So Shad, if you could.
What are you saying? Thank you, Officer Otter. Hello, everybody, and I'm honored and privileged that Officer Otter actually asked me to speak briefly today for our 5th grade D.A.R.E graduation. First off, thank you, Officer Otter, for leading our D.A.R.E program. Our 5th grade teachers, thank you for allowing part of your curriculum day to continue to have the D.A.R.E program. And also thank you, students, for being active participants in this, because without you, we wouldn't have a D.A.R.E program. D.A.R.E has been making an impact since 1983. It started in the city of Los Angeles, so for over 39 years now, or about 39 years. And I actually was a D.A.R.E student myself back in 1989, 1990. Don't quote me on the year, but right around that time. And I actually remember our D.A.R.E instructor as Deputy Peepo, and I was at Voyager Elementary in Alexandria. So to me, it's a wonderful program, and now it's come full circle to get to be in a school where we still do the D.A.R.E program and have such close contact with our city and our county. Also, I'm a big supporter of D.A.R.E because what it does for our students. I believe that teaching students about decision making for safe and healthy lifestyles is very important. I also believe that D.A.R.E is a good thing because it teaches our students to be good citizens. And hopefully that correlates to not only good citizens when they're in the building, but outside the building and obviously at home. But I can't help you with that, so don't call me on that one. But students, I hope you take the lessons that Officer Otter taught you and you take them seriously and you use them every day, okay? If you can do that, it'll make our school community a better place. Lastly, I want to thank the parents for being supportive of this program. I want to thank our community members, our students and our staff, and of course, again, Officer Otter for everything he's done for this program. So with that, students, make healthy choices.
Thank you. Submit a round of applause. And also kind of last minute, Mayor Wessel would like to share a couple of words with us today. Please welcome Mayor Dan Wessel.
Well, thanks everyone for inviting me here today. I ran into Officer Otter. Try saying that a few times. Officer Otter yesterday, and he said, "Well, Dan, are you ready to go?" And I said, "Absolutely." He goes, "You have a speech?" I said, "Absolutely." "How long is it?" I said, 1 hour. He goes, no, that's probably not going to work. So I'm going to keep this very short. I'm going to keep this very brief. So we're going to get right into it. Students, as you grow up and get older and get out into the community and you make friends with people, my hope is that you remember what I told you today. Because when you graduate in 7 years from now, the first person, if I'm still around, the first person that can come up to me and say, "Mr. Wessel, I remember what you told at our D.A.R.E graduation in 2022. Okay? If the first person that can tell me what I talked about, I'll buy you a steak supper. And if you're, okay? And if you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, I'll take them with as well. Okay? This is my hope for you, boys and girls. On top of making good choices, remember this as well. Make people or find people that are going to hold the rope for you. Okay? In good times and in bad, in tough situations and in hard times, who will hold the rope for you? Okay? By holding the rope, I mean, let's say for example, you're down in a dungeon and you can't get out. Who's going to be at the top to hold this rope for you? Who will get you out of this situation? Okay? So, along with making good choices, decide which one of your friends are going to hold the rope. Okay? So, in 7 years from now, that's what I want to hear from one of you. I understand what it means now to have good friends, to have good people with me, and somebody that will hold the rope. Got it? All right. Parents, you have a big part in this as well. Okay? You're going to send your kids off to college one day. Please help them. Help them find good people that will hold the rope. Okay? And if we can all work together on that, that would be one awesome thing. Okay? All right? So, anyway, congratulations, boys and girls. Remember, who's going to hold the rope? Okay? Parents, when you leave today, make sure you take your cars with you. And if you see somebody on the street that lost their smile, give them yours. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Schmidt and Mayor Wessel. There were certain requirements that each student had to meet in order to graduate from the D.A.R.E program this year. Classroom participation, completing the work in their workbooks, and writing a D.A.R.E report. These students were given a few weeks to research and complete an essay as their final project for the class. The students also had a goal to work hard toward being selected as the D.A.R.E report winner. One student from each of my classes is selected as the report winner, along with a second place report. I'm very proud of all the students for their hard work, and it made it very, very difficult to select the top one. So without further ado, the report winners this year are as follows. For Miss Adolphson's, my first place is Lillian Tenoff. In second place, I have Drew Vanias. For Miss Shear's first place winner is Mary Beach. And for second place, Abby Will. Miss Thornbloom's first place, I have Brooklyn Vick. And second place will be Madison Steyer. So, for my first place, would those mentioned please come forward? We're going to have you read your reports. Before we read the reports, I want you guys, I'm going to present you with awards. Obviously, you get a first place, you get a prize, and I made that very clear. So I have 3 D.A.R.E.'s for you guys today. So remember, D.A.R.E.'s our friend. Okay, so for each of you, you all get a big D.A.R.E. Keep, all right? So without further ado, I'm going to have Miss Lillian Tenoff begin with our first one, so come on up.
Every Wednesday for the past few weeks, we have been learning about D.A.R.E. D.A.R.E. stands for Drug Abuse Resistance and Education. The 3 things I'm going to explain in this essay are alcohol, stress and how to deal with it, and different types of communication. The purpose of this essay is to teach people about D.A.R.E. and get you ready for the real world. The first topic I'm going to talk about is school, alcohol. Alcohol is a drug that's for people that are above the age 21 in the US, but it might be different in other countries. Drinking alcohol can affect your body. Examples of this is that you might have memory loss, you could possibly have slow reflexes, and you will lose self-control. If your body has too much alcohol, it can make your body slow down and you might lead to coma or even death. Most teens don't drink alcohol, but if a teen is underage drinking, then it might damage their body worse than an adult since their body is still growing. The next topic I'm going to talk about is stress and how to deal with it. If you're stressed, you might have sweaty palms, rosy cheeks, you might feel warm or even angry. Some physical things you might do when you are stressed is that you might start crying or start yelling, you might sigh a lot, or you might stay distant from other people. It helps to deal with stress when you have a break from the thing causing you stress, like watching a movie, hanging out with your friends, or taking deep breaths. Just take the time for when you're stressed to think about yourself and relax. The final topic I'm going to talk about is communication. The three different types are demanding, confident, and unsure. When you demand something, it means you attack or harm people without thinking or caring about their feelings, like when someone yells at you without caring if you want to do it or not. When you talk confidently, it means you talk with pride and listen to other people's ideas, like when you're brainstorming in class and sharing your ideas with everyone. When you talk, being uncertain or unwilling to stand up for yourself, means you are talking unsure. An example is you might think about something, but you're not totally sure if it's correct or not. You might know when someone is talking unsure, confidently, or demanding by the tone or their facial expressions. Someone that is talking demandingly might look angry, or they might yell at you to do something. If someone is talking confidently, they might look happy or pleased, and they might give a proud but calm voice. If someone is talking like they're unsure, then they might look confused and shy, and they might talk quietly and mumble. Given these points, we learned about how alcohol is bad for you, what stress is and how to relieve it, and different ways to communicate. D.A.R.E taught me how to live a nice, long, healthy life without making bad decisions along the way and making sure to think about my options. My favorite part of D.A.R.E is that we had a D.A.R.E box. The D.A.R.E box is a box where we could ask questions about D.A.R.E and what it's like to be an officer on a piece of paper. He would then pick out 3 different questions and read them out loud in class. D.A.R.E was definitely fun to learn, and I can't wait to do it again. I pledge to never do drugs, do tobacco, and make wrong choices with things.
And for my next first place, I'll have Berry Beach continue us off.
Have you ever heard of drugs or abuse, or maybe stress or bullying? Well, D.A.R.E is where you learn more about that kind of stuff. Some of my favorite topics of D.A.R.E are bullying, tobacco, alcohol, responsibility, and pressure. Before that, I would like to thank my D.A.R.E officer, Preston, for the amazing time I had in D.A.R.E and the intriguing facts and activities we did. Tobacco and alcohol are very dangerous things. They can affect your mind and body into doing things you usually wouldn't do. Alcohol is very dangerous by itself. One of the most important facts about it is you can't drink under the age of 21 without being illegal. Tobacco is almost like smoking, but not. Tobacco can cause cancer, and both alcohol and tobacco can get you addicted to it. Responsibility and pressure are both alike and different. First off, pressure can be good or bad. Same with responsibility. For example, as a good kind of pressure, you would be invited to a sport or an activity of some kind. As a good responsibility, you could do your job, and if you liked your job, it would be fun or a good responsibility. But there are bad responsibilities too. There's also something called peer pressure. For example, a bad responsibility would be selling drugs or maybe robbing a bank. Peer pressure has many forms. I can think of 3 off the top of my head. Being invited to parties with alcohol, being asked to smoke with others, and maybe to say or do something mean to someone. And that's just 3 examples of things that get you thinking. A couple ways to help with peer pressure are: 1, talk to someone; 2, remind yourself of the consequences of your actions; 3, do something else, homework, safe partying, a run, walk, etc. Bullying is probably my favorite subject in D.A.R.E. Bullying has the most faces of all the things you learn in D.A.R.E. There's physical, mental, emotional, and lots more. A lot of people are bullied in some way. I know that because I've been bullied. My type of bullying was online or cyberbullying. I was bullied online for some time, but then I just deleted the game. I talked to my parents about it, and I was over it. Bullying isn't exactly illegal, though. It may hurt your feelings, but the person who did it to you can't go to jail, unless it gets so bad it turns into assault. So, those are some of my favorite things I learned in D.A.R.E. It will definitely make me a better person, and it has changed my life. I remember the things I learned and the fun time I had in D.A.R.E. It has really inspired me in many different ways. My favorite part in D.A.R.E. was listening. The lesson was about bullying. So I, Mary Beach, pledge to be a better person, a non-drug user, a non-alcoholic, an educated person, and an overall amazing person.
Have you ever gotten asked to do drugs or alcohol? Well, did you know that over 480,000 people die each year from drugs and over 95,000 people die each year from alcohol? In my D.A.R.E. report, I will be talking about the 3 main topics: alcohol, drugs, and stress. I will explain how to prevent them and the risks of them. Before I start, you may be wondering what D.A.R.E. is. D.A.R.E is a program for kids so that when they get older, they know the risks and alternatives of doing drugs and alcohol. It educates you on facts and risks of them. D.A.R.E stands for Drug Abuse Resistance Education. I hope you learn some interesting facts that will help you make good decisions in life. The first topic I'll be talking about is drugs and the risk of taking drugs. Drugs can be both good and bad in very different ways. The first way they can be good is because if you are sick, the doctor will give you a drug prescription to make you feel better. But they can also be very bad because it can lead to increased heart rate, lower your blood pressure, give you vein and tissue damage, as well as headaches and lack of sleep. This can also lead to cardiovascular disease with effects like chest pain, coldness in your legs, having trouble breathing, heart failure, as well as weakness in your body. The next topic I'll be talking about is what I think is the most important lesson we learned in the past 8 weeks of doing D.A.R.E, and that is stress and how to handle it. Stress is a type of feeling that everyone has. It feels kind of like you're being overwhelmed, and your stomach gets a sick feeling where your hands and legs start shaking. There's many types of stress, like episodic and chronic, which is what I just talked about. There's also anxiety, which is excessive worries that don't go away. It is also a feeling of fear that may give you rapid heartbeat, sweaty palms, chest pain, and make you feel nervous as well. Those are just some of the main reasons why I think that this is the most important lesson we learned this year, because we talked about how to handle stress and anxiety. It's an everyday thing for most people, and it's hard to handle it, or it's hard because sometimes you can't get it off your mind, and it affects your everyday activities. The last topic I'll be talking about is alcohol. Alcohol is an illegal substance if you're under the age of 21. Alcohol can be very bad for you because over time, excessive alcohol can lead to the development of chronic disease and other serious problems, including high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, and some serious digestive problems. Alcohol passes quickly in your body and goes straight into your bloodstream and travels to every single part of your body. First it affects your brain, then your lungs, liver, kidney, lungs, and liver. It affects your body depending on your age, gender, and weight, and what type of alcohol it is. After drinking alcohol, you may get headaches, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Drinking occasionally, even on a single occasion, increases a person's risk of terminal heart effects and mouth and throat cancer. That wraps up the end of my D.A.R.E report. I hope you learned some fun and interesting facts that help you make good decisions in the future. I, Brooklyn Vic, pledge to live my life drug-free, making safe and responsible decisions, and I plan to be a good role model for younger kids and to set a good example for them.
All right, thank you ladies for reading. You can have a seat. My next ones, I will have my second place winners, Drew Vanias, Abby Will, and Madison Steyer, if you could please come up to be recognized. I also have 3 Darrens for you as well. He's a little smaller, but again, he is our friend, and your hard work is appreciated, so very good. You guys can have a seat. Thank you. So I also select one student from each of my classes that participated and showed the most enthusiasm and a spirit, and was always eager to participate in our discussions. This was very difficult a choice to make. So this year's Class Spirit Award winners goes to the following. In Adolphson, I have Jalen Christensen. In Miss Shears, Abby Bugard. And in Miss Thornbloom, I have Maya Berquist. Ladies, would you please come to the stage to be recognized? So one question I had during our classes, what do you do for fun? I kind of explained to students that I like to collect patches from different agencies all over the state, country, world. So with that, each of you will receive a patch from our department. You can put it where you want. Maybe that's a hobby you guys would like to pick up as well. Different patches. So again, you will all receive a department patch from us. So again, thank you for all your enthusiasm and hard work. So at this time, I will present each student with a D.A.R.E graduation certificate and a D.A.R.E pencil pouch containing a D.A.R.E graduate photo ID, a tip-top coupon, a bowling barn coupon, and some other D.A.R.E goodies. First place essay winners will also have an essay winner pin included in their pouch. I would like to invite each homeroom to start a procession line to receive your items. So if I could have Ms. Thornbloom's class please stand, and we will begin. To make this go, guys, kind of an idea of what I want to do, the first student will come through. I will give you a certificate. After you receive a certificate, you will go to Officer Ewell. He will give you your pouch. Once you get through Officer Ewell, and then you will go around the front and go behind our officers all the way around so you can have a seat in your chair, and we'll kind of get this going through. So Ms. Thornbloom is going to start us off by reading her names of her students. For the sake of time today, if we could save an applause toward the end, we want to make sure we get through all names so everybody's heard. If you could please hold your applause.
Maya Berquist. Colton Leaf. Sophia Dorian. Hannah Dropick. Sebastian Gillette. Levi Hansen. Tucker Kramer. Trevor Kunkel. Skylar Larson. Ava Loxterkamp. Marilyn Meyer. Jake Nelson. Dakota Pashton. Madison Steyer. Tanner Tennant. Brooklyn Vick. Taylor Walker. Morgan Will. Asia Wilson. And Rena Zimmel.
All right, we're going to continue with Miss Shears' class. So once Miss Sorlow's returns, you guys can have a seat. Miss Shears, you may rise at this time.
Mia Baumgartner. Mary Beach. Abby Bugard. Kaylee Garcia Ramirez. Dylan Carnes. Carter Kramer. Eli Kuhlman. Eliana Lund. Brady Nathy. Jada Poitra.
Mason Poster. Lucy Reed. Giselle Rodriguez. Carter Rudy. Eli Slusher. Madison Seidel. Guy Steinbreiser. Emmett Thompson. Sophia Wildman. Abby Will. And Kylie Ruck.
Lexi Anderson.
We're making this last class really work today.
Ava Baumgartner. Faith Bender. Jalen Christensen. Jackson DeVita. Colton Ferris. Spencer Jesse
Sophie Joan. Caden Johnstone. Brooklyn Lee. Coral Lem. Jalen Lusty. Serena Moore. Eli Newman. Braden Owens. Anna Sharp. Lillian Tenoff. Drew Vanias. Autumn Walting. Kendra Ruck. And absent from this class is Hannah Radetsky.
Thank you for holding your applause. You may applaud at this time for all our graduates. So, one question I was asked through our time together is, do you have a police canine? I do not, but notice the excitement of having a canine demonstration through our observing our D.A.R.E graduation with the Douglas County Sheriff's Office. So, with that, reached out to Deputy Bob Pepper, who is pleased to help make that happen. Please welcome Deputy Bob Pepper, Ms. Kana Kane.
Thank you, Preston. I promise I'll make it quick because I heard there's cupcakes. Right? Yes. All right. Hope I didn't blow that secret. I'm going to address the students because that's who we're here for. So I apologize for having my back to you. But yes, thank you. My name is Bob Pepper. I'm a deputy with the Sheriff's Office in Douglas County. I brought with me today my special partner, Canine Kane. Kane is his name. He's 2 years old. And he's from Europe. We actually have 2 police dogs that serve the Sheriff's Office, serve the community. Not only do we work in Douglas County, but we also assist all the outside agencies or surrounding neighbors and whoever needs help. Canine Kane, or you guys have been learning all about making good decisions and staying away from drugs and alcohol and stuff, right? And that's part of our job as police officers, as Officer Preston's been teaching you. And that's part of Kane's job. Kane's job is to detect drugs. He can smell drugs, and then he gives me a special signal when he finds them. He also knows how to track lost people, track criminals. He can find evidence. And then he also is trained to protect our officers. So he has a very important job, and we're very proud to be able to do that for you. Provide that service. I have a little demonstration that I would do for you quickly. There's not a lot of room in here, and some of those D.A.R.E bears look like they might be fun to play with for Canine Kane, so I'll try and keep them away. So he's not used to this wardrobe, so that might affect his obedience, but that's what I'll demonstrate here. Out, down. I like this microphone. Leave it. It's like I'm loud. Heel. Sit. Wait. So because of the room, we do this actually as a certification process twice a year. It's just basic obedience. Down. Sometimes we give hand signals if I can't talk or in a quiet building. Good. Down. Sit. Oh, you distracted me. Sit. Okay. Good. Come. Wait. Heel. Can't get no traction. Our dogs get paid, not with money, but toys. This is his toy. It's a Kong. I put a rope on it so I can hang on to it for him, but he gets paid for doing a good job. Yes? So you can give him a round of applause. So thank you for letting us be a part of our day. It's an honor to provide a police canine service to you and to the community. Very excited. We're very proud of you for your accomplishments and all that you've learned. I want to tell you, like Mr. Schmidt said earlier, I went to Voyager School and went through the D.A.R.E program just like you guys did when I was your age. And actually later on after school, and after I became a police officer, I actually got to work with my D.A.R.E instructor as a deputy in the same department, which was really neat. So there's a lot of exciting things ahead for you in life. So keep up the good work. We're proud of you. And it's an honor to serve the community. So thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Pepper, for bringing cane and talking with our students today. I just want to take a moment to recognize our teachers for the year, Miss Thornhill and Miss Adolphson. Could you please come up to be recognized? I have some awards for you. I have $10 for O-Town for you guys. Again, your flexibility, able to make this program happen every week is appreciated, and I'm glad I could come in and talk to your students. So I have $10 for O-Town, so thank you, appreciate it. So we give them a round of applause for their work. And with that, Miss Shear was recognized yesterday. I had a chance. She is not left out, but her work is appreciated as well. So, certificates you hold in your hand shows that each of you has successfully completed the D.A.R.E program. Each of you now has the tools you need to stay in charge, to make safe and responsible decisions, be positive role models in your community, and live drug-free lives. Your hard work and dedication has not gone unnoticed. All of you have shown me in your classrooms what it takes to be a positive student. I appreciate the hard work all of you have put into this program in a short amount of time, but remember, life isn't easy, and sometimes it's not fair. These are the moments when you need to lean on your parents and help networks to get you through life's challenges. Parents, you are the biggest and most influential role models in these kids, and they will ever have. And I thank you for allowing your child to be involved in this program. Thank you to the school administration for allowing me the opportunity to come and teach these students about these very important life topics. A big thank you again to teachers for your helpful and enthusiastic support for the D.A.R.E and for what you do every day. And finally, thank you, students. Congratulations, D.A.R.E graduates. I would like to thank our special guests for attending today's graduation. If we could give them a round of applause. With that, this concludes our program for today. Please join me for some cupcakes and milk in the cafeteria.